if you have a home gym, even if you go to the gym, you can kind of do the same thing that I'm about to talk about. Are you somebody who generally works out just kind of based off of feel, or do you like to write things down? Like you just kind of wake up in the morning and you say, hey man, this is how I feel today. This is what I'm doing. For me, that's kind of how I exercise. I base, most of my lifting, the weight and things like that kind of on a feeling. I keep it pretty much the same, but I lift based off of like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good today. I think I want to go a little bit heavier, whatever. I also bought this cheap little whiteboard. I come in, I write my warm up. Everybody should do some form of a warm up. Don't just jump straight into your exercise. Could be the treadmill, the Stairmaster, the rower, a bike. It can be warming up specific to the exercise that you're trying to do, or it can just be hitting everything just to feel nice and loose for whatever work you're about to do. I always like to do like a dynamic stretch, which for those that don't know what a dynamic stretch is, it's just being dynamic, moving around, changing, jumping, swinging your arms all over the place. It's kind of starting from like head to toe, just move, right? Just keep everything warm, or get everything all nice and warmed up, loosey-goosey. So, dynamic stretch, you can do that for, your warm-up shouldn't really take any longer than 5 to 10 minutes. And then I like to do band face pulls just to warm up my shoulders and my back. And then GHDs are fun to kind of warm up the core. 40 of those, which is just regular, 20 regular crunches, and then 20 more rear sit-ups, I guess is what you could call them. And then some air squats, because gotta warm up them knees and them quads, man. You can do 20 of those bad boys. And then just a quick set of push-ups. You can do that 10 to 20, however you want. And this doesn't usually take too long. And then your workout, always focus on your big lifts. So whether you're gonna do, you should always do compound lifts, and you can do bro splits. I don't like doing bro splits very often. I like to kind of hit, chest, back, legs every day. Because if there's a day where I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit in the sauna today, or I'm just gonna do the rower, I already feel pretty good about my week, because I've had, by the time I'm at that point, I've already worked out, on average 3 days in a row, and I've already hit those body parts. So, but today we are gonna do bench. And I wanna say, we're gonna do 3 by 12 today. We're gonna go a little bit higher volume, not super high volume, but just kind of, I've lifted somewhat heavy the last 2 days, so get a little bit of a stretch in there, get more of a burn, and then I think we'll do deadlifts, which will most likely be very light. Should do lunges, but 3 by 12. And then throw in some form of an accessory. Accessory work is good for staying. You can do it with do plyometrics, some sort of agility, something to stay kind of more athletic. I like to do, box jumps, 2 by, say 10 today, and then lateral bounds, also known as like ski jumps, where you move from side to side, and do 2 by 20 on that, and then maybe just some mountain climbers. Let's do a set of 40 on that. penguins. Hit those obliques. 40 on that. And then push-ups. You can do 20 to 40 on that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that's how easy it is. I would have done a lot faster, but I was yapping. So yeah, that's all. I mean, it looks like a lot, but it's really not. So didn't want to bore you with the warm up. But I think we're just gonna do this whole workout here with 135. We're oh man. Oh yeah, boys. You're sore. Did one extra. One for the airborne ranger in the sky. Start getting ahead of yourself, you know? Ugh. I think what's crazy to me is people who don't want to exercise. People who truly say, ugh, working out just makes me nauseous thinking about it. I know people who are like that. And to be honest with you, I think there's something something seriously wrong with people like that. Oh boy. I'm loving it. Oh, just pop like crazy. Oh, it feels good. So recently there was a guy from, I guess, Barstool Sports who was like, he was like part of the Barstool Sports conglomerate, whatever. He's kind of a bigger dude. He was a golf guy. He's a big dude. And recently he passed away. And I was reading, some of the comments, whatever. A lot of people were saying, it's a loss to the game of golf, blah, 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 blah. People that knew him from wherever it was, the course that he worked at. But anyways, there was a lot of other stuff too, where people were, kind of bashing him for his size. Also, not only bashing him now that he has died, but bashing everybody that his friends, family, whatever, about how, they should feel ashamed of themselves for enabling his behavior, his lifestyle and all of these things and blah, 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 blah. And, it kind of struck a nerve in me because my best friend of 18 years back in 2021 passed away. He was 30 years old. He was a big boy himself, probably about 6'2", 450 plus when he died, okay? The thing is if you blame people, one, don't bash the guy now that he's passed away, right? But secondly, in the time of this, telling his friends and family that they should be ashamed of themselves because it's their fault that he died. I can tell you this much. My buddy, he already knew he was headed down a bad path, like health-wise. He wasn't a bad dude. He just, his health wasn't priority, which is crazy because he had a really good job, just bought a really nice house, has a nice car. Like, his life was really starting to pick up for him. He was super smart. But if you try to encourage somebody to make a change, right? Like, you're doing your part. Like, hey man, you should, why don't you think about coming to the gym with me? And I tried that with him for years and years and years. And sometimes he'd come. Most of the time it was just there for him to talk trash and tell me that he's stronger than me, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Well, I feel personally that I did my part. I always tried to encourage him to do better from a health standpoint. I can't say that for everybody that was around him, that they all tried the same thing, but I know in my heart that I tried to do everything I could for my friend. I had a feeling that there would be a time where he would no longer be here and it was going to be due to his health. Now we fast forward to this guy, right? Like, we don't know what his friends and family had tried to do to encourage him to maybe make a better change. But you don't kick a person while they're down, right? Like, that's a coward's move. When somebody's knocked down, you don't continue to keep them down there, right? The family's mourning. Don't be a piece of shit and bash somebody and their friends and family. We know nothing about these people. We don't know what they tried to do. If there was an intervention at some point, he had other issues, that took over, his ability, in his mind, his ability to make a better change. So just something to think about, when you see these big people that pass away. Yes, it's a lifestyle thing. Yes, it's generally going to be a start with whether it was their childhood and the way they were brought up. And then secondly, they became an adult and they continued on that path of destruction that ultimately, caused them a lot of grief. But I know that when you say, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself, friends and family, for letting your friend live that way, I can tell you from personal experience, that's not how it worked with me. I was never like that. I always encourage everybody around me to exercise. People don't want to listen. They see me doing it, but for some reason it doesn't always resonate in the same way that it has for me. So just something to always think about.
set here. Muscles are definitely feeling a little fatigued. That's good. Sometimes. How do the legs look, fellas? They growing? Kinda, sorta. I've officially hit my exhaustion level this week already, and it's only Tuesday. Oh man, I think it's more of just a body soreness thing with remodeling my house and just kind of not, like, my body just feeling like super tight, trying to stretch it out, but maybe I need to do a little bit more lighter active recovery, and not really focus on lifting heavy, which I'm pretty happy with the lifts this week. So far, I'm good. I think we'll dial it back some and probably just do like the rower tomorrow, sauna. Just put it on a light damper setting for the row. Just cruise, just get up a good low zone 2 cardio, sweat, watch some YouTube while I'm on there, and we just recover. That's what we do. Do some stretching, dead hangs to try to separate my back a little bit. That always helps. It's not a permanent fix, but it does give you some form of relief. Yeah, and we just go from there. I had a pretty good morning this morning. Had a job interview for a really good job. Not just a job, but a career. For those that don't know, I work in the financial services and insurance side, but this is moving more into the financial services world, into more of the wealth management, working alongside with an advisor. Good pay, good bonus opportunities, great career track to move into a financial advisor role, or the more of the investment banker side of things. So I'm pretty excited, and I'm fingers crossed, that all the BS that I've put myself and my family through will pay off moving forward. So I feel that if I'm positive, right, our emotions, our feelings is energy. If you release negative energy, you're going to get negative energy in return. If you release positive energy, you're going to get a positive energy in return. So trying to stay focused, fingers crossed, because this could potentially be a somewhat of a life-changing opportunity for myself, while also working on my personal training brand, and building that out too. But I need the money to fund the fun project, which is the business. So one's the career to keep a roof over my head and keep our bills paid, and then the second one is my passion, something that I'm very passionate about, and I want to be able to help others and encourage others to make a positive change in their life. And maybe some of these people just need a friend. They just need somebody to feel like there's somebody in their corner, cheering them on and creating a positive environment for them to be around. They need to separate from the people who've only been bringing them down. So that's the world I'm trying to create. I've got my own personal growth to do in that space. I have a problem with talking too much shit on the internet, and and I don't do it for any other reason than just out of boredom. So that's a personal thing that I've got to be better at too, and to not engage with idiots. You know, somebody probably thinks I'm an idiot, but it is what it is. And but I think if we all just start to focus on ourselves, focus on our own growth, surround ourselves with people who also want to grow, want to support you in your growth, probably make this world a much better place than what it currently has been in the last, roughly 10 years, right? So that's my little spiel for the end of this. Yeah, now I'm gonna go inside and it's almost lunchtime, get some lunch, get some protein in, and go work on my personal training stuff. So hope everyone has a fantastic day, and if you do anything good for yourself, make sure you get in at least a 30 to 40 minute exercise. Push yourself, even if you don't think that you can push yourself that hard. You'd be surprised what the human body is truly capable of if you just believe in yourself.